Welcome back. What if I told you that one of the most beautiful gemstones on Earth was once mistaken for other precious gems for centuries? A stone so colorful, so dazzling, and so mysterious that even experienced collectors sometimes overlook its true identity. Hidden deep within mountains, deserts, and ancient rocks lies a gemstone that carries secrets from the birth of our planet itself. Its name is apatite. At first glance, it may not seem as famous as diamonds, rubies, or emeralds. Yet behind its sparkling surface hides a story filled with discovery, mystery, science, and surprises that few people know about. And the deeper researchers looked into this stone, the stranger its story became. Because apatite is not just another gemstone. In many ways, it is one of the most important minerals on Earth. But that was only the beginning. Apatite is known for its incredible colors. It can appear in bright blue, green, yellow, violet, pink, and even colorless forms. Some specimens shine with a tropical glow that almost looks unreal. Under sunlight, certain stones seem to hold an entire ocean inside them. This remarkable beauty has attracted gemstone collectors for generations. Yet unlike many famous gems, apatite remained hidden in the shadows for much of history. Its name comes from a Greek word meaning, to deceive. That unusual name was not chosen by accident. For centuries, apatite fooled people. Its appearance often resembles other valuable gemstones. Some pieces look like emeralds. Others resemble tourmaline, peridot, aquamarine, or topaz. Miners and collectors frequently confused it with more famous stones. And that's where the mystery deepened. How could a gemstone be so beautiful, yet remain largely unknown? The answer lies in its unusual nature. Unlike harder gemstones, apatite is relatively soft. This makes it more difficult to use in jewelry because it can scratch more easily. As a result, many jewelers preferred tougher stones. But hidden beneath that limitation was an incredible secret. Apatite was far more important than anyone realized. The story begins deep within Earth's ancient geological history. Millions of years ago, powerful forces shaped the planet's crust. Volcanoes erupted. Mountains rose from the ground. Oceans shifted and disappeared. Within these dramatic environments, apatite slowly formed. The mineral can develop in igneous rocks created by volcanic activity. It can also appear in sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. This unusual flexibility allows apatite to be found in many different regions across the world. Some of the finest specimens have been discovered in Brazil, Madagascar, Mexico, Russia, Canada, Pakistan, Myanmar, and several African nations. Each discovery revealed new colors and new surprises. In remote mountain regions, miners occasionally uncovered crystal formations so clear and vibrant that they seemed almost artificial. What happened next shocked everyone. Scientists began realizing that apatite was far more widespread than previously believed. In fact, traces of apatite could be found almost everywhere. Inside mountains. Inside ancient rocks. Even inside living things. The truth was even more surprising. As researchers studied the mineral further, they uncovered a connection between apatite and life itself. But before that astonishing discovery, apatite followed a fascinating journey through human history. Although it never achieved the royal fame of diamonds or rubies, collectors treasured exceptional specimens. During the 18th and 19th centuries, European mineral collectors became fascinated by unusual crystals from distant lands. Large apatite specimens began appearing in private collections. Museums eagerly displayed the finest examples. Scientists carefully examined their structures. Gem enthusiasts admired their colors. As exploration expanded around the world, new deposits continued to emerge. Every major discovery seemed to reveal a different side of the mineral. Blue apatite became especially desirable because of its vivid color. Some specimens displayed shades so intense that they rivaled tropical seas. Collectors were captivated. And still, many mysteries remained unsolved. Few people know that ancient cultures may have encountered apatite without realizing what it truly was. Because the mineral often resembles other gemstones, some historical artifacts may contain apatite that was originally identified as something else. This possibility continues to intrigue historians today. And that's where legend begins to enter the story. Across different cultures, brightly colored stones were often associated with spiritual powers. Blue stones represented wisdom. Green stones symbolized growth and prosperity. Yellow stones were linked to sunlight and energy. Because apatite appears in all of these colors, various traditions eventually connected the mineral to intuition, creativity, and personal insight. Some believed it could enhance understanding. Others claimed it strengthened focus and awareness. While these stories remain legends rather than proven facts, they helped build the gemstone's mysterious reputation. But the biggest mysteries were not found in folklore. They were hidden inside the stone itself. As science advanced, researchers discovered remarkable properties within apatite. Under a microscope, the mineral revealed a complex crystal structure. Its chemical composition includes phosphate, an ingredient that would soon change everything scientists thought they knew about the stone. The connection seemed simple at first. Then it became extraordinary. Because phosphate is not only found in rocks. It is also essential for life. Every plant relies on phosphorus to grow. Every animal depends on it. Human bodies need phosphorus for bones, teeth, and cellular functions. And apatite happens to be one of the planet's largest natural sources of phosphorus. Suddenly, this overlooked mineral became one of Earth's most important resources. Without phosphorus-rich minerals like apatite, modern agriculture would face enormous challenges. Farmers around the world depend on phosphate fertilizers that help feed billions of people. Think about that for a moment. A gemstone admired for its beauty is also helping support life on a global scale. The truth was even more surprising. Scientists discovered that human bones and teeth contain materials closely related to the structure found in apatite. In a way, part of the mineral's chemistry exists inside all of us. That realization transformed how researchers viewed the stone. It was no longer simply a gemstone. It became a bridge between geology and biology. Between the ancient Earth and modern life. But that was only the beginning. Modern technology uncovered even more astonishing possibilities. Researchers found that synthetic forms of apatite could be used in medical applications. Special materials inspired by apatite have been studied for bone repair and dental treatments. Its unique properties continue attracting scientific interest around the world. Meanwhile, gemstone collectors remain fascinated by its beauty. High-quality blue apatite crystals have become increasingly sought after. Exceptional stones with vivid color and clarity can command impressive prices. Collectors especially value specimens that display intense neon-like shades. These rare examples often become the highlights of mineral exhibitions. Museums proudly display large crystals because of their visual impact and scientific importance. Every year, enthusiasts travel long distances hoping to find remarkable specimens. Yet even among collectors, one secret continues to surprise people. And this may be the most shocking fact of all. The biggest secret was still hidden. Most people assume diamonds are the most important crystals ever discovered. Others might choose gold, emeralds, or rubies. But apatite quietly plays a role that affects nearly every human being on Earth. Without phosphate minerals, modern food production would be dramatically different. Entire agricultural systems depend upon resources connected to apatite. Billions of meals. Countless farms. Global food supplies. All linked in some way to this mineral that many people have never even heard of. The stone that spent centuries being mistaken for others may actually be one of the most influential minerals in human civilization. And that changes everything. Because apatite's true value cannot be measured only by gemstones, jewelry, or collector prices. Its real importance reaches far beyond display cases and museum shelves. It touches daily life in ways most people never imagine. Every crystal carries a story. Some tell tales of wealth. Others tell stories of power. Apatite tells the story of Earth itself. A story that began millions of years ago deep beneath the surface. A story written in volcanoes, mountains, oceans, and time. A story connected to life, science, and human survival. And perhaps that is what makes apatite so extraordinary. Not just its colors. Not just its rarity. Not just its beauty. But the fact that hidden inside this often overlooked stone lies a connection between the ancient planet beneath our feet and every living thing that walks upon it. The next time you see a sparkling blue crystal in a museum display or gemstone collection, remember this. You may be looking at far more than a beautiful stone. You may be looking at one of Earth's greatest hidden treasures. A gemstone that spent centuries deceiving the world. A mineral that helped shape life itself. And a mystery that continues to reveal new secrets even today. Welcome back. Imagine holding a stone in your hand that seems completely ordinary. A stone that looks pale, quiet, and almost forgotten. But then something impossible happens. You shine a light on it. For a few moments, nothing seems unusual. Then you turn the light away, and suddenly the stone begins to glow with a strange color that was never there before. Not only that, but the color stays. Minutes pass. Hours pass. The stone remembers the light. It is as if the crystal has a memory. For centuries, people have searched for gemstones that could change color, glow in darkness, or reveal hidden secrets. But few stones have amazed scientists, collectors, and treasure hunters quite like Hakmonite. A gemstone so unusual that many people refuse to believe it is real. A crystal that can literally change before your eyes. And what scientists eventually discovered about this mysterious stone was even more shocking than anyone imagined. Hakmonite is one of the world's rarest and most fascinating gemstones. Unlike many famous gems that became legendary because of their beauty or value, Hakmonite became famous because it seemed to break the rules of nature. At first glance, it may appear white, gray, pink, violet, or even pale blue. Yet its true magic only appears when exposed to ultraviolet light. The moment light touches certain Hakmonite crystals, they transform dramatically. Colors become deeper. Shades become brighter. The crystal seems to wake up from sleep. Even stranger, the color often remains long after the light is gone. This incredible effect is known as tenebrescence, a phenomenon so rare that only a handful of minerals on Earth possess it. But that was only the beginning. The story of Hakmonite takes us back more than a century to some of the most remote places on Earth. Its name comes from a Finnish geologist named Victor Axel Hakman, who helped identify and study the mineral during the early 20th century. The first significant specimens were discovered in the rugged landscapes of Greenland. Imagine standing among icy mountains where freezing winds sweep across the land and almost nothing grows. Hidden within those ancient rocks were crystals unlike anything scientists had ever seen. When researchers examined them, they realized they had discovered a remarkable variety of the mineral sodalite. But this was no ordinary sodalite. Something about these crystals was different. Something strange. As more specimens were collected and studied, scientists began noticing unusual color changes that seemed almost impossible to explain. The discovery sparked excitement throughout the geological world. Soon, additional deposits were found in places such as Afghanistan, Pakistan, Myanmar, Canada, and parts of Africa. Each new discovery deepened the mystery. Some crystals showed stronger color changes than others. Some glowed brightly. Some seemed almost magical. And nobody fully understood why. As word spread among collectors, Hakmonite slowly gained a reputation as one of nature's hidden wonders. Unlike diamonds, rubies, or emeralds, it never became a household name. Yet among gemstone enthusiasts, it became something special. A secret treasure. A gemstone for those who wanted something truly unique. Museums eagerly added rare specimens to their collections. Private collectors searched for the finest examples. Scientists continued investigating its strange behavior. And that's where the mystery deepened. Throughout history, unusual stones often inspired myths and legends. Hackmanite was no exception. In some regions, people believed color-changing stones possessed supernatural powers. A crystal that could transform itself seemed almost alive. Some thought such stones could store energy from the sun. Others believed they held messages from hidden worlds. Travelers carried unusual gems as protective charms, believing they could warn against danger or reveal hidden truths. Although these stories were never proven, they helped create an aura of mystery around stones like Hackmanite. Even today, many collectors describe their first encounter with the mineral as unforgettable. Watching a stone suddenly change color feels almost impossible. It challenges what we expect from reality. Our eyes tell us one thing. Science tells us another. And somewhere between the two, the mystery survives. But the truth was even more surprising. To understand Hackmanite, we must journey deep inside the crystal itself. Every gemstone tells a story written by geology. Millions of years ago, powerful forces beneath Earth's surface created environments where unusual minerals could form. Hackmanite developed under very specific conditions involving sodium-rich rocks and rare chemical elements. Tiny imperfections became trapped inside the crystal structure during its formation. Most gemstones would consider imperfections a flaw. For Hackmanite, those imperfections became its greatest treasure. Scientists eventually discovered that these microscopic defects act almost like tiny storage chambers. When ultraviolet light strikes the crystal, electrons inside the structure move into different positions. As a result, the stone changes color. What happened next shocked everyone. Unlike ordinary color changes that disappear instantly, Hackmanite can hold this altered state for minutes, hours, or even longer depending on the specimen. In simple terms, the crystal remembers exposure to light. That memory-like behavior fascinated researchers worldwide. Some scientists even began exploring whether the principles behind Hackmanite could inspire future technologies. The stone was no longer just a geological curiosity. It had become a scientific wonder. But there was another surprise waiting. Many Hackmanite specimens also display fluorescence. Under ultraviolet light, they glow with vibrant colors. Imagine entering a dark room and shining a UV lamp onto a collection of crystals. Suddenly, bright pinks, oranges, reds, and purples burst into view. The transformation feels almost magical. Few people know that some of the finest specimens can display both fluorescence and tenebrescence at the same time. This rare combination creates one of the most dramatic visual experiences found in the mineral world. Collectors often spend years searching for exceptional pieces. And because high-quality material is uncommon, demand continues to grow. Today, Hackmanite occupies a unique position in the gemstone market. It is not among the most expensive gems in the world. You will not see it competing with legendary diamonds at record-breaking auctions. Yet rarity alone does not determine value. Uniqueness matters. And Hackmanite is undeniably unique. Collectors treasure stones that offer something no other mineral can provide. A beautiful crystal is impressive. A crystal that changes color and remembers light is unforgettable. Museums value Hackmanite because it helps educate visitors about rare geological phenomena. Researchers value it because it continues revealing secrets about crystal chemistry. Collectors value it because each specimen feels like owning a small scientific miracle. As awareness grows, exceptional examples have become increasingly sought after. Some specimens from famous localities command impressive prices among enthusiasts. The finest pieces combine strong color change, excellent fluorescence, good transparency, and attractive crystal formation. Finding all these qualities in a single specimen is incredibly rare. But the biggest secret was still hidden. For decades, scientists struggled to fully explain every aspect of Hackmanite's strange behavior. The stone seemed to challenge conventional understanding. Even after researchers identified the mechanisms behind its color changes, questions remained. Then came one of the most astonishing discoveries of all. Scientists realized that hackmanite could potentially serve as a natural detector for ultraviolet radiation. In other words, this gemstone was not merely changing color. It was recording information about its environment. The crystal was acting almost like a tiny memory device. This revelation transformed how researchers viewed the mineral. Suddenly, hackmanite was more than a collectible stone. It became a source of inspiration. A natural material capable of storing evidence of light exposure. A crystal that appeared to remember. That single characteristic makes hackmanite one of the most extraordinary minerals ever discovered. Think about that for a moment. Across billions of years of Earth's history, countless minerals have formed deep underground. Yet only a tiny number possess such unusual abilities. And among them, hackmanite remains one of the most remarkable. Its greatest value may not lie in money. It may lie in what it teaches us. Nature is far stranger than we imagine. Sometimes the most incredible treasures are not the brightest or the most expensive. Sometimes they are the ones that challenge everything we think we know. A stone hidden within remote mountains. A crystal overlooked by most of the world. A mineral that quietly changes color and remembers light. Even today, hackmanite continues to surprise scientists, amaze collectors, and inspire curiosity wherever it is found. And perhaps that is its true magic. Not the glow. Not the color change. Not even its rarity. Its real power is the reminder that our planet still holds secrets waiting to be discovered. Somewhere beneath ancient rocks, hidden in forgotten corners of the earth, there may be other wonders just as extraordinary. Waiting. Silent. Unseen. Until someone uncovers them. And just like hackmanite, they may change the way we see the world forever. Welcome back. Imagine finding a stone so rare that many collectors spend years searching for a single high-quality piece. A stone so unusual that its color seems almost unreal, glowing with rich shades of purple that look like something from another world. For decades, people believed they understood the world's greatest gemstones. Diamonds dazzled. Rubies ruled. Emeralds fascinated. But hidden deep beneath the Earth's surface was a mineral that would surprise even the most experienced gem hunters. A stone surrounded by mystery, rarity, and incredible beauty. This is the story of sugilite. And by the end of this video, you'll discover why some pieces of this forgotten purple treasure are worth astonishing amounts of money, and why many experts believe its greatest secret has remained hidden for far too long. The story of sugilite begins far from the famous diamond mines and gemstone markets that most people know. Unlike many legendary gems that have been admired for thousands of years, sugilite is actually a relatively recent discovery. For most of human history, nobody even knew it existed. That alone makes it unusual. The stone was first identified in 1944 by a Japanese geologist named Kenichi Sugi. While studying rocks on a small Japanese island, he encountered a mineral unlike anything he had seen before. At first, it seemed like just another scientific discovery. But that was only the beginning. The mineral was eventually named sugilite in honor of its discoverer. Yet for many years, few people paid attention to it. Scientists recorded it. Researchers studied it. But almost nobody imagined it would one day become one of the world's most sought-after purple gemstones. The truth was even more surprising. The original material discovered in Japan was not the vivid purple stone that collectors would later obsess over. The most beautiful and valuable sugilite had not yet been found. And that's where the mystery deepened. Everything changed in the 1970s. Thousands of miles away from Japan, miners working in South Africa made an extraordinary discovery. Deep within the famous manganese-rich regions of the country, they uncovered massive deposits of brilliant purple sugilite. The color shocked everyone. Some pieces displayed rich royal purple shades unlike almost any gemstone on Earth. Others contained swirling patterns of pink, violet, magenta, and black that seemed painted by nature itself. Gem collectors immediately took notice. Suddenly, a little-known mineral was transforming into one of the most exciting gemstone discoveries of the century. Demand exploded. Jewelry designers rushed to obtain specimens. Collectors began competing for the finest examples. Museums added remarkable pieces to their collections. What happened next shocked everyone. As more people learned about sugilite, they realized something troubling. The highest quality material was incredibly rare. Most sugilite found in nature contains fractures, dark patches, or lower-grade colors. The deeply saturated royal purple specimens that collectors desired represented only a tiny fraction of total production. And because of this, prices began rising fast. Over time, sugilite developed a reputation as one of the rarest colored gemstones available in the market. Some exceptional specimens became more difficult to find than many gemstones that receive far more publicity. Yet despite its rarity, sugilite remained something of a hidden treasure. Few people outside gem circles had ever heard its name. That mystery only added to its appeal. As the years passed, sugilite gained another reputation. Beyond its beauty and rarity, many people began associating the stone with spiritual beliefs and healing traditions. Stories emerged from around the world. Some believed sugilite possessed protective qualities. Others claimed it encouraged emotional balance, wisdom, and inner peace. Certain crystal enthusiasts even referred to it as one of the most spiritually significant stones ever discovered. Whether these claims were true or not remained impossible to prove. Yet the stories spread. Collectors shared experiences. Healers promoted its energy. New legends formed around the mysterious purple gem. Few people know that many of these beliefs developed because of the stone's unusual appearance. When people first see high-quality sugilite, they often describe it as almost magical. The rich purple color appears so intense that it seems to glow from within. For centuries, purple has been associated with royalty, mystery, and power. Ancient rulers often reserved purple clothing for the highest levels of society because purple dyes were rare and expensive. Even today, purple carries an aura of prestige. Sugilite seemed to embody that history naturally. Its color alone inspired fascination. But the scientific reality behind sugilite is just as remarkable as the legends. From a geological perspective, sugilite is an extremely unusual mineral. It belongs to a complex family of silicate minerals and forms under highly specific conditions. These conditions are so rare that significant deposits are found in only a handful of locations worldwide. That immediately limits supply. Unlike diamonds, which are mined across numerous countries, or quartz, which exists almost everywhere, gem-quality sugilite depends on a unique combination of geological events occurring over millions of years. Nature must get everything exactly right. Even then, the result may not be suitable for jewelry. The most prized sugilite displays intense, uniform purple coloration. Experts often compare the finest material to rich grape juice, velvet, or even royal silk. Some specimens contain dramatic patterns that make every piece unique. No two stones are exactly alike. Scientists also discovered that the stone's striking color comes from trace elements present during its formation. Tiny variations in chemistry can create major differences in appearance. A slight change can transform an ordinary specimen into an extraordinary treasure. And that's why collectors pay such close attention. As years turned into decades, another challenge emerged. The world supply of top-quality sugilite began shrinking. Many of the richest deposits had already been mined. New discoveries remained limited. High-grade material became increasingly difficult to obtain. The result was predictable. Prices climbed even higher. Today, fine sugilite attracts attention from collectors, investors, museums, and jewelry enthusiasts worldwide. Exceptional pieces command remarkable prices, especially when they display intense color and minimal imperfections. Some gemstone experts believe that the best sugilite available today may become even more valuable in the future simply because so little remains. That possibility has fueled growing interest among serious collectors. Yet even among all these fascinating facts, one secret stands above the rest. One revelation that surprises nearly everyone. But the biggest secret was still hidden. Many people assume rarity alone determines a gemstone's value. They believe the rarest stones automatically become the most famous. Sugilite proves otherwise. Despite being rarer than many gemstones recognized by the public, it never achieved the global fame of diamonds, rubies, or sapphires. Think about that for a moment. A gemstone of extraordinary beauty. A gemstone with limited supply. A gemstone sought by experts around the world. Yet millions of people have never heard its name. The truth was even more surprising. Its relative obscurity may actually be one reason collectors treasure it so deeply. Owning exceptional sugilite feels like possessing a secret that most of the world has overlooked. A hidden masterpiece. A forgotten treasure. A rare chapter in Earth's geological story that remains undiscovered by the majority of people. And that is what makes sugilite truly extraordinary. Not just its color. Not just its rarity. Not even its value. Its greatest power lies in the fact that it reminds us how many wonders still exist beyond the spotlight. In a world where information travels instantly and discoveries become global news overnight, sugilite remains a reminder that some treasures stay hidden. Waiting. Patiently. For the right person to find them. Perhaps somewhere deep underground, another remarkable deposit still waits to be discovered. Perhaps future generations will uncover new secrets about this mysterious purple stone. Or perhaps the finest sugilite the world will ever see has already been found, resting quietly in museum collections, private vaults, and treasured jewelry boxes. No one knows for sure. And maybe that's what makes the story so captivating. Sugilite is more than a gemstone. It is a symbol of discovery. A symbol of mystery. A symbol of the incredible beauty that nature can create over millions of years. The next time you think about the world's greatest treasures, remember the forgotten purple stone that emerged from deep within the earth and stunned everyone who saw it. Because sometimes the rarest treasures are not the most famous. Sometimes they are the ones still waiting for the world to notice. And sugilite may be one of the greatest hidden treasures of them all. Welcome back. What if one of the world's most beautiful blue gemstones was hiding a secret that even experienced collectors often overlook? A stone so stunning that it looks like frozen tropical water, yet for centuries it remained in the shadows of more famous gems. A mineral born deep within the earth, carrying strange shapes, unusual powers, and a history filled with mystery. Most people have never heard its name. Yet those who discover it rarely forget it. This is the story of hemimorphite. A gemstone that seems almost unreal. And the deeper researchers looked, the stranger its story became. Hemimorphite is one of those rare treasures that instantly captures attention. Its colors range from soft sky blue to deep ocean turquoise. Sometimes it appears white, colorless, or even green. But its finest specimens glow with a vivid blue that looks almost magical. At first glance, many people mistake it for turquoise, chrysocolla, or even rare blue opal. Yet hemimorphite is something entirely different. It has its own identity, its own history, and its own secrets. Collectors treasure it. Museums proudly display it. And gem lovers around the world search for the finest pieces. But that was only the beginning. The story of hemimorphite starts deep underground. Millions of years ago, mineral-rich water slowly moved through cracks in rocks. Over long periods of time, chemical reactions began creating unusual crystal formations. Layer by layer, nature shaped something remarkable. Hemimorphite commonly forms in areas rich in zinc deposits. As zinc minerals break down and interact with water and oxygen, beautiful hemimorphite crystals begin to grow. The process sounds simple. The results are anything but. Unlike many gemstones that form as rough chunks or simple crystals, hemimorphite often develops delicate crystal clusters with sharp edges and sparkling surfaces. Some specimens look like frozen waterfalls. Others resemble icy flowers blooming from stone. Early miners discovered these strange formations centuries ago. Yet they did not fully understand what they had found. For a long time, hemimorphite was confused with another mineral called smithsonite. The two often appeared together in the same mining regions and looked surprisingly similar. Scientists believed they were the same mineral. They were wrong. And what happened next shocked everyone. As scientific tools improved during the 19th century, researchers began studying these minerals more carefully. They noticed something unusual. Hemimorphite crystals had different shapes at opposite ends. This was extremely rare. Most crystals grow with matching ends. Hemimorphite did not. One end looked different from the other. This strange characteristic eventually inspired its name. The word hemimorphite comes from Greek words meaning half shape. The name reflected one of the mineral's most unique secrets. A secret hidden in plain sight. And that's where the mystery deepened. As knowledge of hemimorphite spread, specimens began appearing in collections across Europe and beyond. Wealthy collectors sought unusual minerals to display in private cabinets. Museums competed to acquire the most beautiful examples. Mining districts around the world started producing remarkable finds. Mexico became famous for spectacular blue specimens. China emerged as another important source. Beautiful pieces were also discovered in parts of the United States, Namibia, Algeria, and other mineral-rich regions. Each new discovery revealed different colors, shapes, and crystal habits. Some specimens appeared as sparkling crystal sprays. Others formed smooth, rounded masses with incredible color. Collectors were fascinated. The mineral seemed to reinvent itself depending on where it formed. As the years passed, hemimorphite gained a reputation among serious mineral enthusiasts. It was not as famous as diamonds. It was not as legendary as emeralds. Yet those who understood minerals knew they were looking at something truly special. Few people know that some of the finest hemimorphite specimens are considered masterpieces of natural art. Certain museum-quality pieces can look more like sculptures than minerals. Nature itself became the artist. And the results were breathtaking. But alongside science and collecting came stories. Stories that transformed hemimorphite into something even more mysterious. Throughout history, many cultures believed certain stones carried spiritual powers. Hemimorphite became associated with communication, emotional healing, and inner truth. Some believed the stone could help reveal hidden feelings. Others claimed it encouraged honesty and understanding. In various traditions, people carried pieces of hemimorphite as protective charms. Travelers sometimes kept it nearby during long journeys. Healers used it in spiritual practices. Mystics claimed the stone connected people to deeper wisdom. Whether these beliefs were true or simply folklore remains unknown. But the legends continued growing. Some collectors even reported feeling unusually calm when holding high-quality specimens. Others described a strange sense of peace while observing the stone's vivid blue color. Science offers no proof for such claims. Yet the stories refuse to disappear. Generation after generation, the legend survived. And that only made hemimorphite more fascinating. The truth was even more surprising. Beyond its beauty and legends, hemimorphite possesses remarkable scientific features. Its chemical composition includes zinc, silicon, oxygen, hydrogen, and water molecules. That combination creates unique physical properties. One of the most fascinating is its strong luster. When light strikes a fine specimen, the surface can appear almost glass-like. Some crystals seem to glow from within. Others flash brilliantly as they move under light. The color itself often comes from traces of copper and other elements present during formation. Tiny differences in chemistry can create dramatic differences in appearance. This is why no two pieces are exactly alike. Some are pale and delicate. Others explode with electric blue color. Scientists have also been fascinated by hemimorphite's crystal structure. Its unusual growth pattern helped researchers better understand crystal formation and mineral classification. In fact, the mineral played an important role in the history of mineralogy. Its unique characteristics forced scientists to rethink earlier assumptions. A simple blue stone helped solve a scientific mystery. That alone makes it extraordinary. But its rarity adds another layer to the story. While hemimorphite is not the rarest mineral on Earth, high-quality gem material is far less common than many people realize. The finest blue specimens are highly sought after. Finding material with intense color, excellent clarity, and attractive formation can be extremely difficult. And that scarcity drives demand. Today, hemimorphite occupies a special place in the world of gems and minerals. Collectors actively search for exceptional specimens. Dealers showcase their best pieces at international mineral shows. Museums continue adding important examples to their collections. The stone's popularity has grown significantly over recent decades. As social media introduced more people to unusual minerals, interest in hemimorphite expanded worldwide. New collectors quickly fell in love with its colors. Artists incorporated it into jewelry. Designers used it in luxury creations. Investors began paying attention. Some exceptional specimens now command impressive prices. Particularly rare crystal groups from famous localities can become centerpieces of elite collections. When remarkable examples appear on the market, competition can be intense. Collectors know opportunities may not come again for years. Yet despite growing recognition, hemimorphite still remains something of a hidden treasure. Many people have never heard of it. And that hidden status only increases its appeal. Because discovering something beautiful before everyone else knows about it carries a special excitement. But the biggest secret was still hidden. Among all of hemimorphite's fascinating qualities, one stands above the rest. It is the very feature that first puzzled scientists centuries ago. The feature that gave the mineral its name. Its unusual crystal structure. Most crystals are symmetrical. Their ends mirror one another. Hemimorphite breaks that rule. Its crystals grow with different forms at opposite ends. This phenomenon, known as hemimorphism, is exceptionally rare in the mineral world. For years, researchers struggled to understand it. Why would nature create a crystal with two different personalities? Why would one end develop differently from the other? The answer lies deep within the atomic arrangement of the mineral itself. At the microscopic level, the structure is not perfectly balanced. That imbalance influences how the crystal grows. The result is one of nature's strangest designs. A crystal that appears to follow two separate blueprints at once. When scientists finally understood this, hemimorphite became far more than a beautiful mineral. It became a scientific wonder. A reminder that nature still creates things capable of surprising even experts. And perhaps that is the most remarkable secret of all. Not its value. Not its color. Not even its rarity. But its ability to challenge what people think they know. As we reach the end of hemimorphite's story, one truth becomes clear. This is more than a gemstone. It is a journey through geology, history, science, and mystery. A mineral born from ancient processes deep beneath the earth. A treasure misunderstood for generations. A crystal carrying legends, beauty, and secrets within its brilliant blue depths. Most people will spend their lives without ever holding a fine piece of hemimorphite. Many will never even hear its name. Yet hidden inside mines, museums, private collections, and remote corners of the world, these extraordinary stones continue to exist. Silent witnesses to millions of years of Earth's history. Waiting for someone to discover them. And perhaps that is what makes hemimorphite so unforgettable. In a world where famous gems often capture all the attention, this remarkable stone reminds us that some of the greatest wonders remain hidden just beneath the surface. Waiting patiently. Keeping their secrets. Until the right person finally looks closer.